Yes, I'm ready. What's this? I thank you, dearest, but I do not need my notes after all. My head is feeling surprisingly clear, and, well, what harm can there be from speaking from the heart at a time like this? I just wish that my first address to my people had been under different circumstances. You're right, of course. Me becoming queen was always contingent on my parents passing on. And yet I cannot help but feel that the kingdom has been cheated out of many prosperous years with my mother in charge. No, I must be the one to speak to them. You are my consort and given the same privileges as I, but as I am replacing my mother, it is I who must go before them in good faith. Just stand at my side, and all will be well.
Your Highness, excuse me, Your Majesty, it is time.
Thank you, Ambrose.
Just remember, when you reach the balcony, make sure you're standing on the green stone. You want to make sure the mages can amplify your voice properly.
Her Royal Majesty, Queen Rowan Adelaide Cadmus II, Commander of the Airborne Shifter Forces, and Ruler of Tavern.
Beloved citizens of Tavern, in every phase of my life, you have stood alongside me. As a baby adopted by the royal family, you celebrated me. As a young princess, you instructed me. As a commander, you supported me. And as a grieving daughter, you have wept with me. The kindness and solidarity with which you have mourned my father, and now in turn my mother, has been a comfort to me, and I will treasure it always. But on this, the morning of my coronation, I must ask for your trust again. I invite you to take my hand as we move into a new chapter of dragon rule. I will not instill false hopes in you. I see the pain you are suffering as a result of this war. I see your hungry children, your sick elderly, your battle-weary youth, and I will not turn my face away from you. I will work tirelessly to bring an end to this conflict and restore peace and prosperity into your hands, you who deserve it most. Just this morning I've received word that a carefully planned coup, arranged between Lady Celeste Grimald and ourselves, has brought the Griffin threat to its knees. Lord Grimald is in custody and awaits trial. A trial where you, the people, shall be given the chance to judge him. And in the meantime, I will be working to seek out and end any other threats to Tavern. I cannot promise you much in this moment, but what I can swear to you is this. I will dedicate my every breath to the safety, prosperity, and well-being of my people. You've come here today to welcome me as your queen, and I humbly, gratefully accept that welcome. For the people, for Tavern.
That was incredibly well spoken, Your Majesty.
Thank you.
Are you all right, Your Majesty? Do you feel unwell?
No, I'm only wrung out.
It has indeed been a very long morning already, between both the coronation and your address. Luncheon will be served presently. May I escort you both to take refreshment?
I appreciate all the trouble you've gone to, Ambrose. Truly. But I cannot eat just now. I think I will retire to my chambers. Please do escort my spouse down to the dining hall, though. They've been on their feet all day and should eat something.
As you wish, Your Majesty.
No, dearest, thank you. I would like to spend some time alone. Just for a little while. The last few days have been a blur and I need just to breathe for a moment. Excuse me.
She doubts herself. Well, what monarch wouldn't? A crown is a heavy thing. Taking the throne under normal circumstances is a task in itself, but ascending during a war, while grieving her mother, and trying to solve an imbalance in magic that is threatening life as we know it. It's all far too much for one person. Oh, I know she'll recover in time. Her faith in herself is shaken, not broken. Right now, she only sees herself in comparison to her mother. If only she could see that, despite everything, the people truly do celebrate her ascent to the throne. That they have the utmost faith in her. I'd gladly help with any attempt to lift her spirits. What did you have in mind? So, you think we should let her drop the royal trappings for a while? Take her out amongst the people? That is an excellent idea. They're holding celebrations across the city in honor of her coronation. I believe the refugee camp just beyond the palace walls have even managed to put on a dance. Right you may be, but that's easily done. I'll have her handmaid select some simple clothing and a hairstyle that would allow her to blend in. And, of course, I shall provide the same courtesy to you. Oh, the people have seen her in common dress often enough, but she'll be less noticeable to a crowd. And those that do recognize her will note her attire and not draw attention to her. She and the late King Owen, and myself, of course, would go out into the city with some frequency. Our people have learnt that when Queen Rowan is dressed as one of the people, she is one of the people, and are content to let her be. Besides, the primary reason for disguising her is to protect her from the prying eyes of the nobles, to whom she will be invisible if dressed as a peasant. Some do find it unsavory that a royal would associate with the common folk. The monarchy's oneness with the people has always been an important part of Zateron culture. Yet, there are some who just refuse to adapt. But no matter. Tonight, she will not be pestered by them. If you choose to attend the celebration at the camp, you won't encounter any of that sort. Tonight, she will finally see that the people truly love and celebrate her. Anyway, I shall personally come by your chambers once everything is arranged. No, it is I who should be thanking you. I always hoped that my dearest friend would find a good match, but it pleases me exceedingly that you constantly put so much thought and effort into her well-being. But for now, she has asked me to see to it that you are fed. Allow me to escort you to luncheon, and then I shall set our plan into motion.
I'm not sure I understand the point of this, Ambrose. The common clothes are one thing, but to not even tell me where we're going.
As I said, it's a surprise. And I'd just as soon not spoil it. You do trust me, don't you?
Obviously I do, or I would not be here to begin with. I've just got a lot on my mind and... What are you doing out here? What's going on?
As instructed, I have brought Her Majesty to you.
You arranged this?
You're most welcome. I wish you both the most pleasant evening.
Does being queen not give one the right to know what the hell is going on? I'm short-tempered. I apologize. I confess I don't know what to do with myself at the moment. But being bundled into a servant's dress and smuggled out through the back garden tunnel has done very little to improve my mood. And what exactly did you have planned? Dearest, I appreciate the thought. It's very kind, but to run away from the palace mere hours after my coronation... Yes, we did that after the wedding, but don't you think that's different? Of course I trust you. Well, all right. Just for a few hours. I suppose the night air will do me some good. What are you putting on my head? A flower crown? For me? Why? Yes, Ambrose informed you correctly. It is customary for the people to wear flower crowns on a coronation day. I haven't seen it myself. I wasn't even born the last time a monarch was crowned in Tavern. Oh, this tunnel? It leads to the orchard behind the refugee camp. Why? Is that where we're headed? Are we needed there? I did advise Ambrose to send extra provisions and a few treats so that they might partake in the celebrations, funded by the palace coffers, of course, but if they were in need of more, we shouldn't be going empty-handed. Really? General's Island must have persuaded their neighbours in the cobblestone quarter into such generosity. I've known that lot to clutch their purse strings tightly even in times of need, so for them to fund a feast and contract the Tavern players for the music. Fascinating. Surely you don't believe it's my influence. Well, certainly a coronation ideally only happens once or twice in a lifetime, but you were crowned this morning too, you know. The influence may be equally yours. Oh, Ambrose did offer to host a party at the palace, but I don't know, I couldn't have that on my conscience. Having a lavish celebration while my people were going hungry, it didn't seem right. But I am glad the people are celebrating on their own. Look at them. You almost wouldn't know there's a war going on. A few months ago, these refugees were starving, cold, bringing nothing but the rags on their backs. Now they're dancing with flowers in their hair. The children's faces are sticky from sweets. The elderly are comfortably settled by a fire with enough ale to last the night. Their bellies are full and they're singing and celebrating. And even some nobility from the town has chosen to join them, look. That's Lady Velia and her partners and children. And there, Lord Nathan and his brothers, and all of their families. Even General's Island's sailing club are all here. Just a sampling of a unified Tavern. Oh, dearest, they are so happy. Even despite the loss of their queen, they're joyful. Do you really think they're celebrating me? It's true, I've brought them food, seen to their comfort and safety. And yes, we've quelled the griffin threat, but my mother... You truly believe that they placed their faith in me as equally as they did in her? I suppose I cannot deny the evidence I see with my own eyes. These people are not just content, they're elated. After all they've seen, all the pain they've suffered, they're celebrating. I might be persuaded. What is the advice that you're offering? Well, I suppose if they can put so much trust in me, then I can also trust in myself. Thank you for getting me out of my own head, for helping me find my faith in myself when it was shaken. I'm blushing? Oh no. Suppose I told you that I've grown to love you over time, that I cherish your company, the time we spend together. I cannot say when anything happened. I've always respected you and hoped that we would grow to love one another. But suppose I told you that not only do I love you, but I believe I've fallen completely in love with you. What would you say to that? I never expected this all-encompassing devotion to you. The desire to see you smile, to hear you laugh. I would do anything to keep that look on your face forever. I suppose you're right. Why would you do all of this for me unless you felt completely the same? You arranged this to make me smile again. I love you. You know, it's your coronation day as well, and I haven't even congratulated you. How can I make it up to you? Oh? What did you have in mind? Oh! You actually took the time to learn this dance. I know, you're already very good at it. I would be honoured to dance with you, dearest. All night if you wish.